All right, welcome back, everybody. A local family is in the middle of a massive home renovation project, all to make their house safe for their son, Gavin.
Yeah, now the East Windsor community is hoping you'll help out a little bit as well. They're planning a community event and fundraiser to make sure all of the construction costs are covered. Take a look.
Gavin is an identical twin, and he and his brother were born in November of 2013. I was almost going to give my daughter's birthday. And things were good until we started noticing he was missing little milestones. And when that happens and you have essentially a carbon copy right there, you kind of notice even a little bit more. And so we took him to the doctor, and they're like, well, we think we kind of have an idea.
Gavin was diagnosed at a year old with spastic quadriplegic cerebral palsy,
which is a really big way of saying that his brain and his body don't communicate the way that they should, and that it's affecting all 4 of his limbs. So he's nonverbal, non-mobile, and his arms and legs don't do what they're supposed to.
Kate and her family live in East Windsor. She and her husband have 2 other children. They've had to adjust to make sure Gavin is included, making sure there are ramps, wheelchair access, doors that are wide enough, even taking trips by train or car because it's not safe to get on a plane.
We can go, and it's hard on his siblings. You know, they have, some of their friends don't understand. You know, we've had family that, you know, has kind of shied away from being around him. Kids, you know, they're, in one sense, they're great because they'll ask the questions that adults are afraid to ask, and then they horrify their parents when they ask them. But they can also be, on the flip side of that, very cruel to the able-bodied siblings because it's an easy target to make fun of someone who's in a wheelchair.
But they keep things as normal as possible.
We have a different normal, and you know, everything is relative, but anything, he loves bubbles. You know, he loves, we took them to the zoo, and we've been to like all the area zoos, and that's where we found out he loves sloths because he startles really easily. So if someone were to clap or do something really loud right now, his whole body would kind of react to it. But sloths move so slowly that he doesn't have any reaction to them. He does love monkeys. He thinks that, I'm sorry, are we boring you yet again? You know, when he's gone to the zoo, he loves monkeys, and they love him. I've never seen, you know, wherever we go with him, the monkeys follow him and they try to get his attention, which I find to be interesting. So he loves going to the zoo. He loves water because it's the one place that he can be where his body isn't fighting him constantly.
Another place he loves, his home, which is going through major renovations so they can keep him and the rest of the family safe and happy. And now the community is coming together to make sure those renovations are covered.
It's kind of going to be a community event. It's not just a fundraiser per se. We're going to have fire trucks there. We'll have police cars there. K9 Milo will be there, and then you also get a meal out of the deal too. So when you come out, you can have a good time. You can spend a few hours there, eat, hang out with us, hang out with our vehicles, hang out with Milo when he sits down and behaves, and then just enjoy the day.
First responders are putting together a pasta dinner for Gavin's home makeover on April 28th.
It brings the community and us together at a time where there's no emergency going on. We can interact with them and show them that we're people, that, you know, we're here working causes just like anybody else, and that we're working in partnership with our community. And we've been blessed that, you know, being police officers and firefighters and working on the ambulance, that we have these partnerships with the businesses that always just pour in a ton of support anytime that we ask for it.
And that support is not unnoticed by the Andersons.
It's very humbling. You know, I'm not a person to ask for help, so when I do, you know, and people respond right away. I mean, and I know, like, I offer people help all the time, and it's great, but it's just something that I'm not used to doing. And it's also that feeling of, you know, when I first started asking people, it was, you know, that feeling of, well, I'm asking for help because I can't take care of my son. But that wasn't it. Like, I looked at it, I was looking at it from the wrong perspective, and that it's not that I can't take care of him, it's that I can take care of him, I just need additional help to make sure that we can keep him where we want him and not have to find some someplace else either for him or someplace else that's not going to work for the other 4 people in the family. So it's not just his needs, but it's also the needs of my other 2 kids, making sure that, you know, everybody has what they need to be able to be safe in the house.
They're gutting the kitchen, which will become an ADA compliant bathroom, adding a tracking system with a lift, putting Gavin's bedroom downstairs, and then they put an addition on their house for the new kitchen and family room, among other things.
Well, it's a life safety issue for the most part. Being able to get in and out of your house at a moment's notice during a fire or any other type of emergency, having 2 ways in and 2 ways out is very important.
Part of the renovations at the Andersons include ramp access in both the front and back of the house. This fundraiser is expected to be a huge help.
We're not just the heroes with the capes when you need us. We're people too. So come meet us at the firehouse, meet us at the PD. We're always out trying to be out in the community, dealing with people on a regular basis rather than in the emergency capacity.
You know, and then that the whole community is really getting involved and being supportive. Again, it's just, you know, thank you doesn't seem like enough, but I don't know what else there is other than thank you. And if I could ever think of it, it would definitely be there. But, you know, that everyone, you know, cares so much for him and is so eager to help him, it really means a lot.
How could you not care for him?
Oh, he's
right?
the best. And
Such a sweetheart.
the whole family is just
Amazing.
wonderful. If you can, head out. The pasta dinner is this Sunday, April 28th. It's at 89 Bridge Street in East Windsor. It's the Warehouse Point Fire Department. There will be 3 seatings or takeout available. The QR code to scan for tickets is right on your screen. You can also just head to WFSB.com, click on the Great Day tab for more information. And if you can't make it, they're also accepting donations via Venmo. Literally anything you can do to help this family is so well deserving.
Terrific. Thank you.
All right, still ahead.